Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of the Bobby Bones Show.
The Rockin' Review is honored to have on award-winning country music duo. They've been on the show before, but I always enjoy having Howard and David Bellamy, the Bellamy Brothers.
Hey, Eric. How are you, man?
Good morning. How are you?
Doing great. I wish I had you guys in studio like usual, because I always enjoy the stories that you tell me before we do the interview and after the interview that can't air on TV.
That's all we're good for.
That's mostly what we have.
You know, I'm thrilled you guys got a brand new album out, covers from the brothers, and what a great selection of songs.
Thank you. Yeah. We, you know, we grew up in like doing a lot of cover bands because that's the way we could work back then, of course.
Yeah.
If you didn't know cover songs, you didn't get the gig.
Yeah. So
and they kind of blended in your own originals, right?
Right.
Yeah, we'd throw one in every now and then so we didn't get fired.
Right. But you know, we covered everything back then. You know, you do a Merle Haggard song and you do a Led Zeppelin song right back to back.
Whatever pays the bills. Well, you know, I thought it was great too. You guys brought some heavy hitter guests on this album as well, you know, musician-wise, singer-wise, you know, even actors. I mean, I didn't know who else was going to pop on this album.
Well, we didn't either, actually. But you know, the Dennis Quaid duet turned out to be just a really fun thing to do. He was recording in Nashville, and you know, and he's a little bit from that era. He's a little younger than we are, but he, you know, he knows that music as well.
Everybody's younger than we are.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I was telling you guys, I was listening to that album, you know, and there's so many great cuts on here, but I Can Help really, you know, struck a chord with me from, you know, going to a little roller skating rink in Jackson, Missouri. And that's always, but, you know, a bunch of these songs that you have on here, and you guys really did a great job with your own interpretations. But I remember all these songs.
Yeah. Most of them were big, like kind of big world hits, you know, that we kind of chose to do, like Most Beautiful Girl in the World from Charlie Ray. Stuff like that, you know, just stuff we really loved.
Well, you also brought in some award-winning musicians to play on this too.
Yes, we do. We had
Let's be talking about Jenee.
Jenee for sure. You know, we actually, you know, met Jenee on the Blake Shelton tour. We were talking about Blake's tour earlier.
When Blake was opening up for you guys back in 2019.
That's right.
Yeah. We had to help him out a little bit. We take credit for Blake's whole career. Got it started.
Well, you know, you guys were having so much fun on that tour, and you know, and I thought it was so great that you were out on the road with Blake Shelton and everything, and reaching, you know, so many of your fans and his fans and everything else. But I can't believe it. You guys have, you know, like over 50 albums out now. What happened with this?
Well, you know,
what happened when you work every day.
You wake up one morning and it's just there. You know, you don't really know how it happens. You know, it's kind of frightening to think of us already having 50 albums. But usually we just think about the next project, whatever the next project we're going to be doing or try to do, you know. So we got the covers album coming out now. We're cranking up the Honky Tonk Ranch again, the reality show for next season here on Circle. So, you know, that's kind of where we focus everything on.
How did you narrow it down to these songs for covers from the brothers?
Well, that was really tough. You know, a certain song would pop in your head when we decided to do it. And as you go along in the project, you know, you realize, oh my God, I left my favorite songs because there's so many. There's just so many.
Yeah. And some of it had to do too with kind of interpreting into the duo harmony.
Right.
Because some don't take to that as well.
Yeah, we picked more harmonious melodies too, you know.
Well, you know, I like it also, what you guys always do so well is to where each of you kind of switched up on lead sometimes too, because I could always tell when it was Howard's voice or yours, David. And I think to me that's fun. But you know, brothers, you guys just have that great harmony together. And you guys, I mean, after being together all these years, you still enjoy touring and making music together.
Well, we don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy being around him, but I'm just kind of...
It's about as close as we ever get right here.
Now, I've seen the Honky Tonk Ranch, and you guys have seen closer on there. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's like, you know, you got this TV show and everything going all the time, too. It's going to be back on Circle with a new season. You guys seem pretty close as a family.
Oh, we do pretty well. Our family's still pretty close. You know, our parents taught us to work together many, many years ago, and we kind of never forgot it, you know, and we still have so much you know, so much in common as far as, you know, our ranch and, you know, the songs and the touring. So we can't
afford not to get along.
You know what? When I was listening to this new album too, I just wondered if Howard went into one of the old guitar cases or gig bags and pulled out one of your set lists from when you guys first started. Goes, well, here's most of the songs right here.
It was kind of like that, but we had that still kind of in our head, you know, like we did the old Joe South song. You know, we played that in
clubs. We literally used to do that way back.
Yeah, Gaines people.
I'll tell you how long ago it was. It was when the FSU was still a girls' school.
Wow.
It was a girls' school, and then we played the campus there, and we used to do
we used to love playing there because it was all girls.
Well, you know, also I thought it was interesting that the whole concept for this album came from, you know, when you guys were working with Switzerland, and they had asked for a couple covers from you guys.
Yeah, because we actually were dead set against doing covers. We didn't really want to do it. We had always kind of, you know, presented ourselves as original
until we had a writer's block.
Right. but we were working in Europe, and they wanted us to cut "You Lost That Love and Feeling," and we go, "Oh no, we could never cut that. That was a perfect record, you know?
Almost sacred."
Yeah,
right.
But then, you know, we messed around with it, and sure enough, it got it sounded pretty good. And so that's kind of what started the whole thing.
Well, you know, and I got to brag on you guys too, because I always point to the Bellamy Brothers as artists that really made international touring, you know, happen for so many others, because you guys have played in a lot of places to where no other country acts have played. And as we've talked before in person, to where, you know, you guys started doing this very early on when you started the Bellamy Brothers. And now when you go into countries like, you know, Germany and Switzerland, Dubai and all these places, you're selling out shows there.
Yeah, and we can tell most artists where not to go. You know, don't miss that one. No, we played, I think we're the only country artist to ever tour India. And Sri Lanka. And there's a few other places we've been that nobody else has.
We played countries that were mentioned in the Bible.
Maybe that's the next album, you know, the Bellamy Brothers of biblical proportions.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I love the new album, and I'm so thrilled that you guys are bringing back the show to Honky Tonk Ranch, which I know has done really well. And I love seeing you guys on the show. Also, I don't know, you know, if it's David, if you're doing it or Howard's doing it, but you guys do a great job with your social media, because I feel like I'm following you guys around on golf carts and everything with all these shows you do.
Well, I do, you know, between me, we have
He's addicted.
We have a little team. We actually have a little team now because it's kind of gotten big, you know. So you know, the guys over at Atkins Publicity helped me out. You know, McKinsey over there.
You got people now, David.
I've got people, yeah. As bad as I.
And I've got him.
You know what I mean? But what an incredible career you guys have had. And with the ACM and CMAs, you guys are the most nominated country music duo in history.
Yeah, but that just means we've lost more nominations.
But to keep getting nominated.
Well, that's true. That's true. Now when they nominate us, we just send out a thing that says, for your consideration, we're not getting any younger.
But I mean, there's such great songs. I mean, with all of these, you guys did an incredible job of really interpreting them and making them Bellamy Brothers songs, you know, with the harmonies and with the guitar. And I enjoyed the mandolin in some of these, you know, to where you didn't just try to remake a song. You Bellamy Brotherized it, you know?
Well, as we were talking, you know, we had Paul Franklin, of course, playing steel and pedal bro on there. We had Jenee playing the mandolin and fiddle. I mean, you couldn't really miss, you know. And then we got Jenee to even sing a little harmony with us on like the old Delaney and Bonnie track.
Oh, yeah.
And I called her and I said, you know, a Never Ending Love? And she says, I think my daddy used to sing that. You know, so.
That's what I remember. With a lot of these songs, I used to play them with my dad, and I'm thinking, man, I'm going to have to go back and pick up all these songs again now off your guys' album.
In the womb, I think. She's very old. It's amazing. Her repertoire, as young as she
for her age, she does know a lot of old music.
Well, you know, I got to ask you guys this while I've got you both together. With touring and everything, and you guys, you know, for your entire musical history, have been known as a touring band with an incredible fan base. What are things looking like for you guys? I know have some shows, getting back out on the road. What's going to happen with your international touring also?
We're going to go. We're booked. We've been booked the last 2 years. We had to cancel, but
we're scheduled right now to do 18 shows in Norway and Sweden in January.
In a row.
Wow.
And
if we live through that one, we need to talk.
And then we go back in June. We'll go back to Germany, Switzerland, Austria, and most of Liechtenstein, most of Central Europe. So, you know, as long as they'll let us come over and, you know, everybody seems to be opening up. Our friends in Norway just opened up. So that's a good sign.
That's incredible. Well, speaking of opening up, David, are there any other up-and-coming country artists like Blake Shelton do you think you might be on tour with?
There's no other artist like Blake.
No.
Because, I mean, that just seemed like what a perfect match with you guys and Blake.
Yeah,
we're both full of it, right?
Yeah.
You said it, Howard. I did not say that.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of you know, like weird duets with young artists. For some reason, somebody will come along and say, "Hey, I got a version of Let Your Love Flow, and I want you guys to sing on." And then another guy out in California goes, "Oh yeah, I got this Tex-Mex rock and roll country song that I did. I want you guys to sing." So we've been doing a lot of weird. I don't know, telling where that stuff will pop up at.
Well, you know, I mean, also it speaks to both of your talent and everything to where, you know, you're still out there making music, you're doing new albums, you're touring and still doing the Honky Tonk Ranch TV shows. Just a lot of great stuff. And I enjoy keeping up with you guys, you know, with your music and social media. And I want to see you next time you play here in Nashville, too, whether it's at the Opry or wherever.
Yeah, I hope to see you soon, man.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on Covers from the Brothers. Incredible album out now. You know, I hope this is going to be available on vinyl too.
I don't know, but we are going to do a greatest hits vinyl in the spring. But you know, Covers from the Brothers would actually make a good vinyl as well.
A lot of great hits on there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like. Yeah, kind of lends itself, but I mean, so many great songs, and I want to thank you both, Howard and David Bellamy, for coming on the Rockin' Review. Want to make sure that our viewers know where to go for the website to keep up with your tours and the social media that David's doing and everything else you got going on with the TV show. Where should they go?
Well, they can go find us on Facebook. They can find us on Instagram. They can find us on Twitter. They can find us at the website, BellamyBrothers.com.
And they can find me out in the cow.
Howard will be in the cow.
Waiting on his close-up shot for the Honky Tonk Ranch, right? Well, Howard and David Bellamy, thank you so much for coming on the Rockin' Review. Congrats on the album. Looking forward to seeing you guys on tour. And, of course, the TV show coming back on Circle.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks a lot,
man. Good to talk to you.
Sponsored by the Big 98, Nashville's #1 for new country and the home of a Bobby Bones Show.